guys, welcome back to Inside Pro Cycling TV. And today we have a topic that it's actually of great interest to me, and I know it's great interest to most of the cyclists out there. We're with Dr. Gilligan, and he's a chiropractor, and he's developed a system whereby you can actually reset your metabolic rate and find your ideal weight. And I think that for a cyclist, I know it is for me and it is for most people, the weight is one of the most important things that a cyclist has his attention on. You know, whether it's too high or too low, but the ideal weight is like a real goal of a cyclist. So I like to have this conversation with Jody because I think it's fascinating what you're doing, and I've seen some of the people that you have actually helped, and the results have been short of miraculous. So give us a little bit of an insight. What is it that you're doing in general terms, Jody? What is it that you're doing, and maybe we can get a little bit understanding of what's going on.
Well, as far as power to weight, you know, I think it's easier to lose weight than gain power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so someone like me who doesn't have a lot of time to train 30 hours a week to gain power, I'd rather just drop a whole bunch of extra fat.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point.
My favorite thing. So, you know, you know, personally, everything that I do is about pretty much what I want for myself or my wife. And so I needed to lose body fat. I needed to not lose power at the same time because I had to do this, of course, in the middle of the season.
Holding a full-time job.
Yeah, holding a full-time job. They wanted me racing every weekend. So we just had to figure this out. And a friend introduced us to a protocol that is being done by this company called Ideal Protein. They manufacture the foods that we use. And we looked at the protocol, and that protocol was designed for athletes originally in France in their off season. Okay, so it works great with people who are sedentary or maybe just work out at the gym, but it's not great for endurance athletes. And they did not have an athletic protocol at the time. So that's when we came up with the metabolic reset plan we use it for regular people, civilians, but we also use it with endurance athletes primarily. That's what we like to work with. And the idea is to get you to lose body fat, preserve muscle mass, and of course, maintain normalized power.
Okay, but what about endurance? Can you still do like 30, 40-mile rides, or you have to keep it?
Yes, well, you have to be smart about it. We do make recommendations as to how you train when you're in the protocol, especially in the first two phases, because it's a 4-part plan, 4 phases. The first 2 phases, naturally, we're not getting quite as many carbs as an endurance athlete is used to. And therefore we won't be storing quite as much glycogen, and we definitely won't be providing a lot of simple sugars while training. So your endurance is going to be slashed dramatically. But we're dealing mostly with 45-minute to 1-hour criteriums on the weekends, which I could easily handle 2 Rosewoods back to back, no problem, without even touching 1 drop of sugar. When I was doing this, and of course racing the Florida Point Series, I went through phase 1 no problem. While losing weight and preserving muscle.
And the important thing is that you are losing weight. I mean, this is something that you see the results right away. You begin to see results right away.
Oh yeah, guys will generally lose, easily the first week, you do lose a lot of water weight and you drop a lot of glycogen, but we will expect on average for males to lose anywhere from 5 to 7 pounds on average per week.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a guy this past week, he lost just under, I think it was 21 pounds in 2 weeks.
Wow.
That's an extreme example, but on average, males will lose 5 to 7 pounds. Females, we expect to lose 3 to 5 pounds of fat per week.
Of fat?
Fat.
I mean, actually, you weighed them in the Tanita scale or whatever, and that was actual fat?
And it's very important, yes, so we monitor the fat, of course, fat. We're measuring, we're doing waist, circumference, we're measuring the body parts. We are using the handheld body fat, those little electric bioimpedance meters, and of course, weight, and we just want to make sure that it's always, when the weight is going down, the percent body fat is going down, and that's it. And it's kind of nice when you see the patient, they're leaning out, they're becoming more vascular. Yeah, it's like you're like sculpting them, and you're getting like not a David quite, but you're getting a nice muscular patient underneath there, underneath all that layer, underneath those layers of body fat.
And you can see also your performance on the bike begin to improve, I presume.
Yes. Some people will assume because the diet is low calorie that they will lose power, and I promise you, you do not lose power. You definitely, the perception, I think, my personal experience, and when I talk to some of the athletes that when they do the protocol, they do perceive like they feel weaker, but the numbers
are there, yeah.
Are there.
If you're using a power meter, you can actually verify that your numbers have not changed.
Yes, and you can put out the effort when you have to put out the effort. The power's there. It's just that your body's going to go through a transition of burning sugar primarily as a source of energy to body fat. And the organs, the muscles, the how sensitive they were to insulin before has to increase. So you're changing. The whole way your body was working before has to change, and that's what we have to reset the metabolism. We're going to change your physiology, taking you away from sugar burning, getting you to become a very efficient fat burner, body fat burner, and you'll learn how to store the glycogen right. You'll learn how to, you just learn how to work more efficiently. That's the whole thing.
I mean, that sounds like an excellent thing for cyclists.
Yes, that's
I'm interested. Okay, so what we'll do, Jody, we'll come back. And we'll do a second interview where we can be a little bit more specific without giving away the farm. You think you can do that?
I can do it.
Okay, guys, we're going to come back and have a second interview with Jody in a short period of time, so we can bring you more specific information. So hang in there because we got some really, really good stuff for you. I mean, personally, I'm super interested, and I presume that most of you are too. So we'll be back at you shortly.